Hello, and welcome to another podcast with Severe Cinema. I'm Kelly, and this is Ryan, and together we are Severe Cinema. Today we're going to be discussing the new Punisher series, Netflix's / Marvel's Punisher series with John Bernthal.
We discussed this earlier.
I pronounced his name incorrectly earlier, and Mr. Ryan corrected me, and upon Google searching, turns out he was right. Are you getting a notification saying that we are live?
Yep. Well,
nice.
It's a notification of sorts from Twitch.
Oh, okay. I figured I had one coming. So yeah, we're talking about the Punisher today, including Punisher Season 2. So if you haven't gotten caught up yet, spoiler warning. Mm-hmm. We're going to be talking about Seasons 1 and 2 of the Netflix Punisher series. You excited, Mr. Ron?
Yeah.
Do we need to take a break?
Maybe.
Shit. Okay. So, quick little recap. I'll have you do like an actual Season 1 recap here in a little bit, like we usually do. But for those of you who are completely unfamiliar with the series, this is one of Netflix's Marvel series. They've got the Punisher, Jessica Jones, Daredevil, and now the Defenders, which is Jessica Jones, Luke Cage. That was the other one.
Okay.
Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Daredevil like teaming up. I haven't watched it. Oh yeah, and Iron Fist. That one didn't do very well.
Iron Fist
because it sucked. And then the Punisher, who's not a part of the Defenders. He's his own little brand of superhero, though he's not really super.
He has no powers except for rage.
Yeah, just rage.
And
just
skill.
Pure, unadulterated, trained rage. The other ones, the Defenders, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Daredevil, so Matt Murdock, and Iron Fist, or real name, white guy with a fro, I don't remember his real name. They all have powers. So they're like actual superheroes. The Punisher is just mad. Just really fucking mad. Mr. Round, would you like to give us a recap of Season 1 so people know why he's mad?
Sure. So he was a Marine and was recruited by the CIA, like a black ops section of the CIA, to be part of a very, very black ops hit squad of sorts.
Like they didn't exist.
Like Delta Team still today.
Yep.
It doesn't officially exist, but everybody knows about them.
Right.
But only no one still. Never mind.
I know what you're getting at.
Black Ops CIA team hit squad. They go and capture suspected terrorists, and they interrogate them and kill them, and all kinds of nasty business. I might need some help. His wife and his child were murdered.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember by whom. I believe that the CIA had something to do with it.
No. Okay. Not the CIA. Really, it was just Rollins, who. So there's a guy named Rollins, and I can't remember his first name because it's unimportant. Him and the leader of this Black Ops team, wanted to start doing drug trafficking. That was one of the things this Black Ops team was starting to do. And Billy Russo, who is the Punisher, what is his name? Like the Punisher's
Nemesis
name? No, his name, like the
Frank
character
Russo.
Name. Yeah, no, Frank Castle.
Yeah.
So Billy Russo. Billy Russo.
Frank Russo. I mixed them.
Billy Russo is Frank Castle's best friend. But Billy got way too deep in with the drug trafficking and stuff like that. And he was supposed to, him and some of his guys were supposed to like rough up Castle's family. Something like that, to send a message. Something like that. And he ended up getting them killed. So like Rollins ordered it. Billy and his guys carried it out. It was Billy's fault. And so that's why. Because, Castle was against all that shit that they were trying to do. And so they wanted to teach him a lesson.
And it got ugly.
It
turned sideways.
Real fucking fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
So more recap?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I'll fill in gaps as we go. Don't worry. I always do.
I don't know if I'm the best person for this time.
Mr. Ryan, I can't think of anybody else in the world.
Oh, shit.
Who would be better than you. I almost said that totally wrong.
It wouldn't have mattered, I don't think, because
things just got romantic in here, folks. Let's turn the lights down.
I'm not 40-year-old Charles Dance. I'm just Mr. Ryan.
You're close enough. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, now, ladies. So suffice it to say, we'll skip forward a little bit. Rollins ends up on Frank Castle's shit list, and so does Billy Russo, especially Billy Russo, because
Frank Castle's shit list, is that somewhere you want to be?
Oh, no.
Not just nah, but hell no?
Hell no. There is nowhere worse to be than on Frank Castle's shit list.
All right, then. Just wanted to clarify.
If there's going to be a situation, Mr. Ryan, where you might end up on Frank Castle's shit list, don't.
As in,
do not.
Do whatever I have to do to not end up on Frank Castle's shit list?
Yep.
I mean, if a man can kill another man when in this country, but the other man is in another country, I don't even know what else to say.
There's nothing else to say.
So what I mean is he sniped a dude from El Paso who was in Mexico.
Yep.
And that was like in the first episode, right? Like that was like in the opening.
I think so.
Thing for season 1. Oh my God, Mr. Kelly.
Oh, did I break my neck?
Still alive? Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. You broke your damn neck. Okay. So, getting off track a little bit. That's okay.
That's what we do.
That is what we do. And that's what you're here for, is to watch two guys get off track. Winky face. So, Billy Russo, Rollins, and the leader of the Black Ops outfit, I can't remember his name. I can picture his face. They end up on Frank Castle's shit list. And throughout the series, he kills hundreds of people to get to these three people. Along the way, there are lots of bad guys that had some things to do with it, and he kills them all, every single fucking one of them, because not one of them has the sense to just like put down their gun and go, nope.
You know what? It's cool. I'm out.
We're good. No, there'll be 17 guys trying to kill him, and he'll kill 16 of them, and there's still one fucker left who's like, yeah, I can do this. And he'll die like the rest of them. He kills so many people. And he gets to a point where he meets Micro. The little Jewish guy hiding out that works for the CIA. He found out what the CIA had been doing, because he worked for the CIA. He was an analyst. And he started pulling on some loose strings that he saw were kind of weird with some shit. And he found out what the CIA was doing with the drug trafficking and stuff like that overseas. And when he tried to report it, they tried to have him killed. Actually, as far as they're concerned, they successfully had him killed. They shot him. He fell into the ocean. He ended up surviving. And then going to like this abandoned warehouse, stitching himself up, whatever. And then he meets up with the Punisher. And then the rest of the season is him and the Punisher kind of teaming up, which Frank Castle does not do well. It's a very tough dynamic watching him try to team up with somebody. They team up and they kill Rollins and they kill... I'm leaving out all the shit with Agent Madani because I'm missing a lot of it. Yeah, man, they kill everybody except Billy Russo, who he beats to within a nanometer of his life and fucks his face all up, smashing it into a mirror and stuff, getting his face all fucked up, and turning him into Jigsaw, if you're familiar with the Punisher comics. Turns into the Punisher's nemesis, Jigsaw, because it was like puzzled up Jigsaw fucking face. And that's pretty much it. That's how the season ends, is with Billy Russo getting his face incredibly fucking disfigured, and Agent Madani getting shot in the head.
Mm-hmm. By Russo.
Before the face smashing. Shit. Yeah.
So on to season 2.
That's season 1. Well, let's take a break because we fucked up season 1 pretty hard. So if we could talk about it a little bit and prepare ourselves for season 2, that would be helpful. Because these people don't want to listen to me talk any more than they have to, I'm sure.
And they do want to listen to me talk?
Well, yeah.
Okay, well, let's go then.
Welcome to the stream, viewer, by the way. Feel free to say hi. If you are so inclined, we're talking about the Punisher series on Netflix. So let us know what you think about that or about anything else. So, Punisher season 1, Mr. Ryan.
Yep.
How did you feel about it?
It was amazing.
So good, right? Cool.
Yep.
So, man, you a man of many words today.
I'm a
gonna
little
need you to go ahead.
distracted.
I'm gonna need you to go ahead and shut the fuck up. You talking too
Okay.
much.
I'm distracted because the stream is
It's being stupid.
being a bitch.
Being a punk ass bitch.
The recording will be clean for YouTube, but
Yeah. So I would like to talk about John Bernthal
okay,
as an actor.
okay.
Because just holy shit. So my brother and I, Sean, shout out, what up? We are big, what?
You just flipped off your brother.
Yeah, this is a punk ass bitch. Fight me. Not you,
Proceed.
him. Pussy won't. I was gonna say, we're big Punisher fans. We read the comics, not comments. Why do I keep wanting to say comments?
Severe Cinema went live, by the way.
Oh, what? Those guys are awesome. Welcome to the stream, by the way. So we've read the Punisher comics a long time ago. We're both big fans of Thomas Jane's The Punisher.
The movie, yeah. That one was good.
So good. We're just big fans of The Punisher. But when Sean told me, hey, you know how Netflix is doing Daredevil and stuff? Well, they're bringing in The Punisher because he made a cameo in Daredevil. And I was like, oh, yeah? Who's doing it? And he said, John Bernthal. And I said, who? And he said, what's his name from The Walking Dead? Can't remember the character's name now. The Walking Dead. Shane. Yeah. Shane from The Walking Dead. And I go, oh, well, that sucks. And he was like, no. He's amazing.
Wait, why did you say that would suck?
I'll tell you.
Okay.
And he said, no, it's amazing. You have no idea. And I was like, no, there's no way it's good. The guy is such a fucking douche. John Bernthal, to me, is such a good actor that I could not separate his character in The Walking Dead from him as an actor.
Damn.
I literally thought that he would suck as the Punisher because of how much I hated Shane in The Walking Dead. And so I got to that episode of Daredevil, and I watched the Punisher in a hallway fight scene in a prison, and immediately texted my brother afterwards and was like, I was so wrong.
Forget everything I
Yeah,
just said.
This guy is going to be great. And then I took a while to watch the first season. I just didn't get around to it. And then I started and I just binged it. Like, I was done with season 1 in just a few days, which I have a wife and kids and a full-time job. That's still pretty fast for me. And yeah, I so fucking good. So I talked a lot about it. It's your turn.
So, did you like season 1 or season 2 better?
Season 2.
Agree.
Which is amazing, right? This season 1 was so goddamn good. And somehow, season 2 was better.
What's up with your face?
It itches because allergies.
Okay.
It itches a lot because allergies. This is my really bad allergy season. And I have no relief from it aside from when I can finally, like, fall asleep. That's the only time that I'm not miserable.
Damn. All right, then. So you wanted me to talk a little bit?
That'd be great.
Okay. So I remember when I was a kid in the 90s, Marvel cards, like trading cards, were a big thing. They might still be. I don't know.
I haven't seen any, but I had some when I was a kid.
Okay. So you know what I'm talking about. And so I was always like the kid that wanted to play Army and had a bunch of toy guns and stuff. And so I was like really into guns as a kid. It's funny how my military career went in that direction too.
So you ended up going into the military and teaching people how to use guns.
But so the Punisher naturally was one of my favorites because of all the guns. But I just remember one of my friends had the Punisher card, but he also had the Punisher's Arsenal, which was the second card, and it like just had all these guns on it, and I'm like, oh my god, look at all this, and I didn't know who he was at the time, and I read it, it's like the Punisher's Arsenal, and my friend who owned the card, he's like, yeah, he would do that, wouldn't he? He would punish somebody. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, he would. But yeah, I just remember that like stands out in my mind. That little exchange, me seeing the card with all the guns on it,
and just kind of drooling over it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the Thomas Jane movie from early 2000s.
Yes. Roundabouts. Yeah, for sure.
I feel like there wasn't a lot of guns in that one. Am I remembering that incorrectly? Like, I don't remember him shooting a whole lot.
No, he shoots a whole lot.
He did? Okay, so
Yeah.
I just need to watch it again.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do that one.
We really should, because I want to watch it again, because it's been like over a year since I've seen it.
It's been like 10 for me.
Yeah, 2004.
Okay. Now, one that I have seen a lot more recently is Punisher Warzone. Which, have you seen that one?
I have not. I know of it, and I've like read little blurbs and stuff, and I want to watch it, but I haven't.
Well, that one I think is my favorite of the two.
Oh,
It's a lot more comic book style-ish, like a lot more over the top.
Well, the Punisher Warzone was like a comic. Like, it was a comic series.
Okay.
Warzone. And I have read them. So I know about, like, kind of that storyline a little bit. Memory's a little bit fuzzy, because I'm 31 now. It's been a long time since I've read those. But yeah, Warzone was a Punisher comic series. I would very much like to watch that, because I have not.
Now, the movie has a guy who his face gets carved up by
Jigsaw.
Okay, so it's
Yeah.
so
It's going to be Jigsaw in that series, too.
Okay.
Or in that movie, too. I guarantee it.
But that had the guy, like, I don't know his name, but he was in he starred in the HBO series called Rome. He was Pullo in Rome. He was in King Arthur with Clive Owen as Dagony.
I liked that movie.
I did
A
too.
lot of people hate it. It got a lot of hate. I liked that movie.
I don't remember the hate. I don't doubt that it did, but I loved that movie. I bought the DVD, and I don't do that very much.
Right. King Arthur kicks ass. Clive Owen kicks ass.
I love Clive Owen.
Right.
I would be gay for him too.
Right. It's almost as if, maybe it's not that weird of a thing to be attracted to attractive people.
All right. No, so I just can't think of the guy's name. I'd know it if I heard
I
it.
can Google it real quick because we do that on this show.
So look up
Punisher,
HBO's Rome.
Warzone.
Or you could just do that. And he's a star in that.
Ray Stevenson.
That's the guy. Ray Stevenson is Castle in that one, and that one's real good. A lot of really awesome action scenes in that one. Like a lot of really intense shootouts that are satisfying.
Yeah. Yep. Jigsaw.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanna watch this. Oh yeah, Ray Stevenson.
But so the new so Netflix's Punisher I thought was really well done. Like it put it in the modern age, so it's not in the 90s or anything.
Right.
It's in 2017 or whatever. And I don't know. I really don't have
Something that I like about Netflix doing these, a big thing that I like about it. Maybe this is even the biggest thing. For one, I'm upset that they've canceled it, so we're not getting a season 3.
I thought I saw that somewhere. Is that's true?
Yeah, they canceled it. Netflix starts just about any show. Like they'll say, "Give me any show, we'll put it on fucking Netflix. Pitch us any idea, and we'll put it on." But then they'll cancel everything. They've canceled Jessica Jones. They've canceled Daredevil. They've canceled Punisher. Like everything. They're just canceling fucking everything to make way for new shit.
Okay.
Stranger Things season 3 comes out July 4th, and I don't expect them to have another season after that. They'll probably cancel it, even though it's worldwide popular. They'll probably cancel it.
Well, okay. To be fair, at the end of season 2, it was kind of final. I mean, things were wrapped up pretty well.
Yeah, things were wrapped up enough, for sure. So I'm upset that we're not getting another season, for sure,
Agreed.
because they were amazing.
Agreed.
But I also am not mad where it got left off.
Okay. Agreed.
It settled fine. But probably my favorite thing about Netflix doing, let's just say specifically the Punisher series, is that Netflix is not tied down to movie or TV show ratings. They did not have to, in any way, shape, or form, tone down sexuality, violence, language. They said, fuck, cunt, dick, as everything as much as real people in those situations would. They showed gratuitous amounts of violence because, I mean, that's what this series is it's incredibly violent. And they didn't shy away from it at all.
It's supposed to be dark.
Right. It's supposed to be incredibly dark, and they let it get as dark as it needed to be. You got to see, like, all of the deep, dark pains of a man whose family was ripped from him, and you got to watch grown men cry and grown men die, and people get actually shot in the head, not like you see somebody put a gun to their head, and then, like, it cuts away, and you hear a boom, and then you see a blood splat. No, there was no shyness about it whatsoever. It was shockingly real. And they were able to be that because they didn't have to try and limit themselves to a TVMA or a rated R or anything like that limits the amount of all of those things that they can do.
And it was good.
And it was amazing.
Yeah. He was jerking off right there.
I was.
In case the camera was too high
in case
up.
anybody watching this wants to know, that's how I do it every time. Violently and with a seizure.
I have a video of it too.
I feel like that made it weirder.
It did. Oh, it did.
You're gonna have to tell that story now.
So
otherwise, this is gonna we're just gonna leave it weird.
I'm happy to tell it.
Okay.
So, there was an editing mishap, an editing accident. We'll say I was editing a Severe Cinema video for YouTube.
A little happy accident.
Yeah, very happy for you.
Yeah.
And I clicked and dragged and released just right in the software.
Just a little like replay window.
And it I created a loop, a repeating loop in the software, and
of like half a second.
It's like a tenth of a second, and it's of like I'm like over here laughing, he's laughing and has like his hand, he's like bringing his hand back over, and so it was doing like this, and it was looping back and forth so fast.
And I was laughing, so like my head was thrown back.
And smiling.
Yeah, and smiling because laughing. And so it was just this tenth of a second loop over and over and over again. Very fast of just...
Yep.
We're going to have to play it sometime.
And so what I did was me and another friend made some sound effects.
Yeah, that
Jerk-off noises.
was hilarious.
It turned out really well,
Yeah.
by the way.
You know what? We should use that as like
What for?
a Twitch animation or something. Like maybe when we get like a new subscriber, it pops up on the screen, and I'm just like, ah.
Is that is that allowed?
I don't see why not. There's no nudity. I mean,
Okay.
if Tits McGee can play video games with her tits half out, I don't see why I can't pretend to jerk off on screen.
All right. We get a warning, right?
Right.
Game on.
All right. It's on like Donkey Kong. Shit. All right. So that's first season pretty well wrapped up. Mr. Ryan?
Yes.
Have you seen season 2 recently enough that you can give us a recap of that?
I believe so.
Okay. And as always, I'll fill in gaps and jump in and interrupt and shit too. Because I'm good at it.
So Castle intervenes on a young girl's behalf in a bar. Some people are after this 16-year-old girl in a bar. And like real nasty people, like ex-special forces mercenary type people are after her.
Mm-hmm.
And
People
Castle,
you don't want after you.
No. Even, like even
next to Castle.
their shit list is not where you want to be either.
Yeah, you want to avoid their shit list also.
But Castle fucks them up. And
Dutifully.
they become friends. And I forget why they want the girl.
Okay.
I'll remember as soon as you say it. But
Yeah. So we find out later. We don't even find out for the longest time. Because she
That's
keeps
true.
it close to the vest. And rightfully so. That's a smart move on her part. Because even though Castle saves her ass, she doesn't know him from shit. As soon as she told him what it was, he could have offed her right there. And no, that's a smart move. What she had were photos of a U.S. senator kissing a man at a party.
go on.
That was it. That's what she had.
Okay.
They wanted to kill her because someone paid them a lot of money to kill her and get those photos. And that was it. That someone was that U.S. senator's father. Because they had been grooming him from a very young age for the presidency. And if these photos got out, they would lose a big chunk of their constituency, and it would ruin their chances of getting in office and pursuing their agenda. Also, they're a very, very religious and straight-laced, not even straight-laced, they're culty religious people. And so they would lose their status with the church and the rest of the cult if it came out that their son, the senator, was a raging homosexual. So he sent the squad to go kill and get the photos.
So this goes down in a bar, and he fucks them up. Castle fucks them up, and there are women too. Like, and I thought it was great that they added that because and it didn't detract from me at all. Like, oh no, don't hit the one. No, they were nasty women. Like
Right.
not nasty looking, but they were mean.
Like, she is trying to kill him, and so he has no qualms defending himself to the death, which is how it should be. If somebody's trying to kill you, it doesn't matter what's dangling between their legs. You should try to kill them back.
I felt like it was a great
addition.
Yeah.
I agree completely.
Like that fight scene in the bathroom, with the two women and versus Frank. Holy shit.
And
Man,
they kicked his ass pretty good.
They kind of did.
Like, he ended up getting him, of course, because, he's the fucking Punisher. With healing ability that would rival Wolverine.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck can come back from this many fatal wounds but Frank Castle?
I think you're gonna need to take over at this point because I got nothing else.
Okay. So what you did have was overconfidence in your ability to recap season 2.
Yep.
Okay, that's fair. That's why we a team. I'm gonna sit up a little bit because I'm slouching. Ugh. Shit. All right. Have you noticed that, by the way, in our podcasts? I start out with my normal good posture and sitting up in the chair, and I end up down fucking here.
We both do that.
Yeah. I've noticed it when I go and add our end screen stuff for YouTube and stuff, I'm lower than I was at the beginning of the video. Okay. So, that's a pretty good intro to the season 2 wrap up. So he saves this 16-year-old girl. He doesn't know why. All he knows is he's sitting there having a drink, flirting with his new boo, and for whatever reason, Frank just couldn't fucking stay out of trouble. He sees these ne'er-do-wells come across the bar and do a couple earpiece talkie-toos and make their way towards this girl, and he knows something's up. So he goes to make sure everything's okay, and sure as shit it's not. And he ends up killing a lot of people. Because even when they come back out of the bathroom, there's the whole barroom brawl with everybody. His new boo gets shot in the gut. So that's a bad thing. They get away. They get in Frank's van. His one night stand in the back, bleeding out, and the 16-year-old girl in the passenger seat, who at this point Frank is basically kidnapping. She doesn't want to be with him at all. Mm-hmm. Even though he saved her life, she still doesn't know shit about this incredibly scary man. So she doesn't want to fucking be there. She's all about the self-preservation right now. So Frank's got somebody in the passenger seat who just wants to get the fuck out of Dodge, and somebody bleeding out in the back of the van. And he's being chased by cars full of assholes. He loses them, drives to the hospital, unceremoniously drops off the unconscious bleeder-outer that was in the back, and
bleeder-outer
drives on. Yep. And that's episode 1. Literally, that was episode 1. I was so fucking hooked after that. It took me a while to finally start season 2, and when I did, I was same with season 1, I was I have to just watch all of this. It was such a good episode. And then from there, we get to see a little bit of Agent Madani's recovery. Agent Madani is the special agent in charge of the Homeland Security. And she brings Castle back. And Castle keeps this 16-year-old girl in tow. And she brings him back to New York because Billy Russo broke out of the hospital after his face got all healed up. Russo has amnesia and doesn't remember anything except what people have told him. People have told him, you did bad things, you're going to have to go to jail and stuff like that, but he breaks out of the hospital.
And starts banging his psychiatrist.
Right, starts banging the psychiatrist. So Madani brings him back to basically hunt Russo, which is really fucked up on Madani's part. But Madani is a really fucked up individual. Like, Russo fucked her mind.
Well, he shot her in the head.
And her body, but and her mind. Yeah. Yeah, at one point they were sleeping together, and then at one point he shot her in the head. So yeah, that'll fuck with your emotional stability a little bit.
Kind of a dick move to shoot somebody in the head.
Yeah, a little bit. So he ends up shacking up with this psychiatrist because she is fucked in the head, which you have to be a psychiatrist.
Is fucked in the head.
Which, honestly, that's probably one of the most realistic parts of this entire series, is how many people are in it are just, like, mentally and emotionally fucked up. Because everybody is, in real life. Like, we all have our shit.
I know I am.
Right.
I mean, shit.
Sames. So let's see. So Frank Castle comes back to New York, and so now we have the intertwining and intermixing storylines of the people trying to get the girl and what she has, and Castle trying to get Russo, and Madani struggling with her emotional shit about how she feels about sicking Castle on Russo, and her not being able to take on Russo herself, and you get all these different storylines. And I mean, really, that's it. It just, you see all that progress. And then, of course, it's, a TV show, so everything ends up okay. So we meet the senator, the gay senator, at one point because Frank Castle kidnaps him. Mm-hmm. He's really good at that. Almost as good as he is killing people.
Almost.
So we kidnap the senator. We find out that the senator, he doesn't even know anything about any of the stuff that his parents are doing. And Castle genuinely believes them, and it ends up being true. So in the end, Senator's parents get killed because they're assholes.
Assholes get killed in the show.
Yep. If you don't be on Frank Castle's shit list, and try not to be an asshole anywhere where he can find you. Let's see.
So Russo remembers.
No.
Towards the end, I thought he did.
Nope.
He never remembers.
Nope. Russo never remembers. All he ends up knowing is what he gets told or finds out. So he ends up getting told that he killed Frank Castle's family.
Okay.
And so that fucks with him mentally and emotionally, because the last he knew, like, he was Castle's best friend. So that was his family too. Like, he knew the wife and kids very well. Like, they went to fucking barbecues together, and they were partners, and so that was his family too. So when he found out that he, like, directly had a hand in them dying, that fucked with him a lot. Also, at one point, Russo starts committing all these crimes because it's what he knows how to do. And so he starts committing all these crimes, and so Frank comes after him, because that makes his presence aware to Frank. And he comes out trying to shoot at Russo, and that just blows Russo's mind. He has no idea. He's like, why is Frank trying to kill me? Why is Frank trying to kill me? He's my best friend. Why is he shooting at me? He starts freaking the fuck out. Why is my best friend trying to kill me? He didn't remember shit. And even at the end, when he's setting traps for Frank and stuff like that, he's doing all of that in basically self-defense. And he's saying to himself, like, okay, maybe I did do this really fucked up shit, and that's something I have to deal with on my own, but Frank is still trying to kill me. And so I need to set these traps, and I need to kill him first. So
it's fucked up.
Yeah, he doesn't get his memory back. He doesn't remember anything that he wasn't told or found out.
Okay.
And as far as I remember from reading in all the comics, he never does. He never, like, light bulbs and suddenly remembers everything that ever happened. It's basically like it's a reset button. Like, Billy Russo turns into Jigsaw, and Jigsaw is just a whole new person. Some cool slash weird slash freaky shit, man.
Little fucked up.
Little fucked up. That whole series is a little fucked up, but in a good way, like in a very human, real, fucked up way.
You have to be an adult. It's a very adult show.
Oh, very much so. Like there is no watching this with children.
Hell nah.
No. And it's one of those, like, let's talk about that for a second.
Okay.
The current state of America.
America, all right.
America. I feel like I'm in the minority that I would rather have an awkward moment of sitting there with my child while there's an adult sexual scene on TV or movie than an incredibly violent one. I feel like everyone else, nearly everyone else, it's the opposite. It's, I don't care about him sitting here watching people try to kill each other, but please don't show him those titties. Please don't show him two people that love each other frolicking in bed together. Well, and I'm not talking about penetration. I'm just talking about, like rated R level. You
wouldn't show your son porn? Come on. No, I'm kidding.
At his current age, no. We usually save that for like 13 or 14 in my family.
All right.
No. God, no.
Okay, well, you are... before I talk about America in that paradigm, America is the minority in that mentality.
Right.
So, like, European countries, it's as you say, like they're more against showing violence than sexuality.
Right.
Now, and so the logic behind it is, which makes way more sense to me and you, is so sexuality is something that almost everybody experiences, but you should never have to experience murder.
Right.
So, yeah, it's kind of weird here in the U.S.
It's also, like, as a dad, I'm the father of a very, very smart and have his shit together 5-year-old. As far as I think 5-year-olds can get their shit together, he's kind of got it together. And so I find myself explaining a lot of tougher concepts to him than I thought I would have to at this point. And so I picture myself sitting next to my son, and us watching something sexual happening on a movie or something, and him asking questions and me explaining that. Like, those people love each other, they're having sex, making love, trying to make a baby, whatever. I feel like that's easier than explaining, oh yeah, he shot him in the head because, like, he killed his family, and this dude murdered that whole guy's other family, and just everybody's killing everybody. Like, to me, that's more terrifying to try and explain to a 5-year-old than these people are having sex.
Okay.
Because until I explain that to him or until he watches it, that's not a world he knows. As of right now, my 5-year-old doesn't know that sometimes people murder each other. He does understand death. He's had some animals die and great-grandparents and stuff like that. He gets that concept. Mm-hmm. But I've never had to tell him, oh yeah, this person killed another person.
I see.
And I feel like that would be harder to explain than, oh yeah, they're having sex.
Did you want a piece of that?
I did, but nope, it's all gone. It dissipated now. Don't.
Don't even try.
Nope, it's gone now. Yep. You should have let me have it initially. So yeah, that's my opinion on the whole sex versus violence thing. The same thing with language, really. I don't curse like a sailor around my kids. I don't curse around my kids as much as, like, say I curse around you. But I still do. I still say, fucking shit and goddamn it and stuff like that. It happens. It's not that hard to explain to a kid, hey, there are words that I'm allowed to say because I'm a grown-up, but you're not allowed to say them as a kid because people think it's rude. It's not that hard of a concept.
Mm-hmm.
My children understand it. It's an easy concept. Now, that's not to say that, I don't still try and censor myself a little bit. But it's the same thing with language. I don't have a qualm against my son watching a movie with me, and especially some of like the late 80s, early 90s PG movies. Like older PG rated movies have tons of cursing in them and tons of adult situations.
And boobies.
And boobies and stuff like that. Because we've gotten a lot more neutered over the years.
Neutered.
But yeah, I don't have a problem with my kids seeing somebody say the word damn or fuck or shit, because I've already explained to them there are words that grown-ups can say that you can't. So, man, people just gotta chill out, dude.
It's the age-old excuse, censor everything so I don't have to be a parent.
Right.
Still hasn't gotten through to everyone yet.
Nope. And everybody, like how am I going to explain this to my children? I don't know.
Well, first
Barbara,
of all,
they're not my kids. Why don't you talk to them?
First of all, don't let them watch it until they're 10 or whatever.
Right. These are the same people that will go and buy GTA 5 for their 10-year-olds because they asked for it for Christmas. It's a rated mature game, and it tells you on the back on a sticker, like, violence, sexual situations, like, fucking money laundering. Like, it has a list of the shit. And, like, parents are just like, oh, yeah, here, Timmy. Go play it. Whatever, just get the fuck out of my face. Go to your room and play video games and shut up. I don't want to hear your face. And then they're like, where is he learning all this stuff from? I don't know.
Well, there's still no evidence to show that GTA or any other violent video game or movie makes you into a killer.
Well, no, there's no evidence of that whatsoever. I'm not talking about emulating, like, the violence part. I'm talking about teaching your children to just blow off all responsibility because you blow off the responsibility of a parent and tell them to just, here, I have no responsibility in what you play. Here's a game, go play it. Get out of here.
Well, that's 45 minutes. Did you want to talk about The Punisher anymore?
Yeah.
All right.
A little bit. This Punisher series was fantastic. And like you and I said, we're not super sad that it got canceled because it got wrapped up perfectly. I do hope that they leave it the fuck alone for a while. So I really hope that in a year or 2 years, Netflix doesn't go, oh, you know what did really well? The Punisher. Let's try and do like a Punisher Warzone and like bring in like a different guy for the Punisher and stuff like that. Like just leave it alone for a while.
Okay.
Don't try and make another series. Don't try and make a movie unless it's a continuation of this one with John Bernthal. Like if you're going to cancel the show for a while, just leave it the fuck alone. I really hope that happens because a lot of people don't do that. They'll cancel it and they'll bring it back and they'll cancel it and bring it back and they'll reboot it with another storyline and a different actor and the whole thing gets muddled. They did a very, very, very good job with these 2 seasons and they just need to leave it the fuck alone for a little bit.
All right.
Let's see. That being said, I really want to watch Thomas Jane's Punisher again with you, and now I want to watch Punisher Warzone with you for the first time because I haven't seen it.
Well, we are adding to the
We'll
list.
add it to the list because we got Prometheus. We have a bunch of lists. I bought a big ass thing of popcorn.
Oh,
by
good.
The way.
The best popcorn.
No, I didn't buy the best popcorn. They only sell that at Walmart, and I try to avoid going there at all costs.
Okay.
And since we didn't already need to go there for something else, I got like bag popcorn from Dillon's.
Well, it'll have to do.
Yes. We both love popcorn. You're not going to turn it down. It's just
no.
It's just not the best. Shit, man. Well, those were my recapping thoughts on The Punisher. What do you have?
I have nothing more to say that you didn't already say. Well, that's not true. I just thought of some stuff.
Say it.
Yeah. I love the gunplay. Love the guns. They did a really good job at showing like modernized rifle or carbines and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that shit.
Me too. The accuracy, the military accuracy, and like you said, the gunplay was huge. Brian and I are both enthusiasts in this sort of thing, and seeing him do the right things, say the right things, do the right things. Like how many times I saw somebody pull the slide back halfway to see if it was loaded and put it back in. You never see that. You never see a slide check to see if there's still rounds in the bag. You never see that. There was literally only one time, and I complained to you about it. One time where it was slightly inaccurate, and I think we ended up explaining it away. And it's when the Punisher referred to a magazine as a clip. Do you remember I complained to you about that? I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't remember it because you don't remember things.
My memory is shit.
Okay. There's one scene where the Punisher is teaching the girl how to shoot.
I think I remember this.
Yeah. And so he's not teaching her how to shoot. He's teaching her how to disarm a gunman.
Oh, God. Okay.
And so he shows her, shows her gun's empty, pulls the slide back, gun's empty, shows her empty mag, but says empty clip. So he goes, empty gun, empty clip, and then holds it in front of her and then, prompts her to try and disarm him. So it was just a passing, clip, and then I cringed because I was... clip, it's a mag. You've said mag 1,000 fucking times in this show. Why'd you call it a clip now? And I think we explained it away that maybe he was dumbing it down for her.
Like she wouldn't have known what a mag was.
Right. Which she wouldn't need to. He showed her.
Yeah.
Empty mag. And that would have taught her what it was, but fine. We'll explain it away as that. That is the only inaccuracy besides, his superhuman ability to heal from mortal wounds. That's the only, inaccuracy that I saw in the entire series. It was really good.
I got nothing else.
Yeah. All right. I think that about wraps it up.
You want to talk about Patreon?
Oh, yeah, I was going to.
All right.
I was going
to. I shouldn't have said nothing.
I mean, you hardly said shit this whole time. I've just been talking for 45 minutes.
Maybe one of these days we'll do a movie that I can talk a lot on.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So what Mr. Ryan was getting at there, before we completely finish up, is we love to hear from you guys. We like any attention, really. Please just pay attention to us. Leave a comment in the YouTube video recording of this if you're still watching. Thank you. If you see us go live on Twitch, follow us actually first so you can see us go live on Twitch. When we do these live on Twitch, we love hearing from viewers and seeing comments. Some of our best streams have been filled with people in the comments. It helps keep the conversation going, and it turns this from something where we just talk at you to an actual conversation with people. So that's twitch.tv/Severe Cinema. Follow us there. We're on YouTube, Severe Cinema. Go and get the bell on there so you get notifications, and subscribe. We're also on Twitter. If you want to drop me a line on Twitter, and just say hey, or give us movie recommendations or TV show recommendations on stuff to talk about and review, that's twitter.com, and that's at Severe Cinema. We're on Facebook at Severe Cinema. And we also now have a Patreon. Just patreon.com/Severe Cinema. I'm going to start putting links of all this in the description. So there's a link in the description below for all of these. The Patreon. is something new that we're trying out. If we get enough donations, Ryan and I want to take audio versions of these podcasts and put them on places like Spotify, iTunes, Google Music, Soundwave, whatever. And that's the goal for the Patreon, is immediately put that money back into the channel and try and get a bigger audience, reach more people, more listeners, and eventually more people tuning into the Twitch chat and get it more active and just take off. We want people to hear us. So if you are inclined to do that, again, that's patreon.com/severecinema. We are Severe Cinema. And as always, we'll see you next time.